Welcome to Sauce or Loss, where we look at the most recent support Bandai puts on our plate and see if we throw it on the pot or put it in the trash, where it belongs. BlackWarGreymon is super well known in Digimon. He's basically our Charizard. So what if we took him but made him evil? There we go. For me, I started playing Digimon at BT8, which is when the first well-known BlackWarGreymon first appeared. But I was way more interested in trying to build Red Hybrid from the set before. Once BT11 came out, with BlackWarGreymon X and all its goodies, I eventually got to building the deck, and man, it was good. BlackWarGrey deleting the smaller tamers that if needed, follow up by the Hades Force board wiping their tamers, and BlackWarGreymon X being a near unstoppable wall. Now recently, Giaomon has been getting a big push thanks to BT21 and BT22, but now that EX10 is out and has the big guy right on the cover, let's not waste any time and talk about the new BlackWarGreymon support. And now for our first card, we have the level 2 Giaomon. It's a black egg with the inheritable alt turns once per turn. When attack targets change, draw 1. It's hard to beat a draw egg. BT14 Giaomon is hard to top, and heck, BT5 Giaomon still sees use for being the Greymon draw egg. When it came to black Giaomons, there wasn't a whole lot of choice, but after ST15 Giaomon released, it kinda sorta became the go-to for a while if you preferred black base. However, you'll see later in this video, getting large DP numbers isn't really an issue for the deck anymore. So getting access to easy draw using raid on your turn, and having block/redirect on your opponent's turn, gives you 2 draws for the price of 1. Sometimes a simple effect is all you really need. Sauce. And now for our next Digimon, we have Agumon. It's a red and black level 3 Digimon with 1 KDP. It can Digivolve onto a Giaomon for a cost of 0. It has start of your main phase and you return 1 virus trait Digimon card with Greymon in its name from your trash to the hand. It has the inheritable all turns. This Digimon gets plus 1 KDP. It's an alright effect. Getting something back from the trash is great in the late game when you think your resources out. The main issue with it, however, is the fact that it's a start of main phase and not something that can be triggered by on play also. Maybe you would think that's too overpowered, but given the amount of pieces required for this deck to run, I think being able to make immediate and maybe potential uses out of it might make it more worth it. Besides that, this card doesn't really blow me away. I think it's okay as a 2-of to help get something important back like BT11 Greymon X, but it really isn't that needed for the deck. Not to mention, if you go black base, there's a decent amount of black Augurs to use even if you choose not to use this card. It's an okay card, but the deck could have gotten better. Loss. And now for our next card, we have Greymon. It's a red and black level 4 Digimon with 4 KDP. It can Digivolve onto a level 3 with Agumon a name for a cost of 2. It has raid. It also has on play when Digivolving. One of your Digimon gets plus 3 KDP until your opponent's turn ends. It also has the inheritable all turns. This Digimon gets plus 1 KDP. It's a simple effect, giving a massive unconditional DP boost to any body, and I do mean any body. More on that later. It is a strange choice to give of a level 4 raid, maybe since you want to give yourself a DP buff to raid into an unsuspecting level 4 or floodgate, but 9 times out of 10, you'd rather just build up from the line. For me personally, I'm glad we finally have another red and black Greymon, since I don't think BT11 Greymon X is getting off the ban list anytime soon, given how much they are pushing metal Greymons to be black and red. But having a bridge between the older pure red and pure black lines is definitely nice. Simple card, but gets the job done. Sauce. And now for the next Digimon, it is Metal Greymon. It's a level 5 red and black Digimon with 7 KDP. It can Digivolve into a level 4 with Greymon, its name for a cost of 3. It has reboot. It also has on play when Digivolving. Give one of your opponent's Digimon collision. And start of your main phase, the Digimon attacks until their turn ends. It has the inheritable opponent's turn once per turn. When attack targets change, if this Digimon has Greymon in its name, trash your opponent's top security card. This is honestly a really interesting card, giving the deck its own version of EX5 Agumon, while also giving the body collision, so whether you have a blocker or not, that thing will slam into something on your board. The inheritable works really well with its own effect, whether you evolved into a level 6 and past, or maybe went into a certain ace card that I'll talk about next. Finally, having reboot lets you swing with this card and still be able to benefit from the taunt effect, so you don't skip a beat. Though make sure you don't swing and afterwards go into something like BT11 Metal Greymon X, because if you can't keep turn, then there goes your whole play. Regardless, this is a really solid card if you want to go more control or defensive style for Greymon. Sauce. And now for the final card we're going to be talking about, BlackWarGreymon Ace. It's a level 6 red and black Digimon with 12 KDP. It has Overflow 4. It has the hand counter Blast Digivolve. It has the keywords Raid, Reboot, and Blocker. It has on play when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's play cost 7 or lower Digimon or Tamers. It also has all turns. While your opponent has a Digimon with 13 KDP or more, your opponent's Digimon effects don't affect this Digimon, and it gets plus 3 KDP. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, I really dislike this card. The keyword soup is nice, kinda sucks it's missing piercing, but you could just use BT12 Metal Greymon, or even BT21 Owen, so it's not too difficult to give it that. The all turns, while being a really interesting gimmick, is still conditional entirely on your opponent's board. Say your opponent has played something like Ancient Gururu that isn't DP based, or maybe they're playing something more prominent in the meta like Puppets, and then this card gets absolutely cooked. And finally, the part that disappoints me the most, the on-play when digivolve. You might think, whoa, play cost 7 or lower? This is just an objectively better BT8 BlackWarGrey, but there's one little problem with this card, right here. Why is it only a single target? What made the old BlackWard so cool was that it could delete up to 2 Tamers potentially if they were both 3 cost. But oh man, wait till we get that 7 cost Adventure Tamer, then this card becomes so good. Maybe if they made it a 1 attacking, so the effect is reusable, I can let it slide. But after it enters the field, it just becomes a beat stick that isn't really going to do much besides having maybe protection. For being the cover card of EX10, I was really hoping for more, but they really fumbled the bag hard with this card. Loss. So how was support for BlackWarGreymon? Besides the tough words I had about the actual boss monster itself, the tools we came with are all totally usable, just needing a better level 6 to build up to. I mean, the old BlackWarGrey is still fine to use, plus it had alternative forms also. BlackWarGreymon X is still a great card, allowing easy deletion and redirection, and if you're looking for a Digivolve and aggression, there is no better card than Gaio. Wait a minute. Ha! I fooled you all. This is actually a saucer loss for Giaomon. Promo Giaomon? Sauce. Yuko Kamashiro? Sauce. BT22 Giaomon? Sauce! Okay, but serious answer, all these cards fit Giaomon so much better, especially BT22 Gaio. Agu and Gray for the DP buffs, and Metal Gray where it's great to goad something to swing into you, plus the inheritable can easily go off. If you stack Metal Gray X and Promo Gaio, that is 3 security trash on your opponent's turn, which is insane. So for Giaomon, these cards are great. I think for the future of BlackWarGrey, just keeping it a bit different from Gaio, have it focus on the tamer deletion aspect to make it sort of an anti-meta pick, kind of like Leviamon is. I know BlackWarGreymon wasn't the only Digimon that did tamer deletion, but let's be real. If you think of a deck that does tamer deletion, BlackWarGreymon is the first one that always comes to mind. Maybe something like the BT17 Agumon support, where it does more the more tamers your opponent has, but instead of just suspending the tamers, this version just deletes them entirely. I always like the concept of BlackWarGreymon being a bomb to your opponent's side, tamers included, and since now Gaio is focused solely on Digimon, having the BlackWar side focusing on tamers can help differentiate the two. Hopefully BlackWarGreymon gets more support soon, because with Giaomon being the current favorite child, I think one day BlackWarGreymon will finally find its purpose. I rate this support 3 out of 5 sealed gates with my own body. Okay, look, I didn't really watch much of O2, that's like the one thing I know, okay, just let me have this. This is my current build, using the support for BlackWarGreymon, but instead of building it around Giaomon. I think incorporating a lot of the ST15 stuff, like the Agu, the Greymon, and the Tai, are great additions to the deck. I am still trying to figure out the ratios on Giaomons, but for the most part I'm pretty happy with it. If you want to play this deck using BlackWarGreymons, or even using the new card specifically, I would get rid of all the Giaomons, perhaps run 2 of the BlackWarGreymon from BT8, maybe 1 BlackWarGreymon Ace, and then either 3 copies of BlackWarGreymon X, and then 1 BT9 Giaomon, or you can go in 2 and 2, but I think running more BlackWarGreymon X helps more often. But it's entirely up to you. Or if maybe you just prefer having 1 less level 6 and you really want it with the Omni X, you can just do that. Can't go wrong with that card. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know down in the comments how do you guys feel about the support. And let me know maybe you guys like the Ace more than I'm giving it a lot of harsh criticism for. I'm not saying it's a bad card. There's been worse SRs printed recently. I mean, not pointing fingers, but there's even a worse SR printed in this set. But I just still think for BlackWarGreymon being how cool of an archetype it is, I think more could be done with it. But hey, who knows? Given future support, maybe the card will shine a little bit better. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.